Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties. In today's tutorial, we're going to be making some cardstock boxes, and we have 3 different ones for 3 different occasions. We're going to make this adorable pencil box, and you can see that opens from the bottom. You can put your goodies in. We're going to make graduation cap boxes. So let's see. Here is the front of the cap and the little tassel here, and they open up and you can put your goodies in there. And then we're going to be making tuxedo and wedding dress boxes, and these open up from the bottom and you can put your goodies in there. Okay, so to make these, there are some SVG files that I will show you how to get. We'll cut them out with our Cricut and then we'll fold them up. Let's get started. Okay, so to make these boxes, you're going to need the SVG files, and I have a way that you can get those for free. If you will click the first link in this video description, you will be taken here to Creative Fabrica, and you can get your first 10 downloads completely free. If you sign up for the All Access plan, which will renew at $9 a month, then you can cancel it anytime you want. If you want to do yearly, it's only $4.99 a month, and it's like a one-time upfront payment. You would just click Start Downloading here. I'm not going to click that because I already have the subscription. I'm just going to come over here and click this Creative Fabrica. And this is what it's going to look like when you get all logged in. And like I said, the first 10 things you download are going to be completely free. Let me show you all the different kinds of boxes you can get. So let me type in box SVG. Okay, here we go. Look at all of this. Tons and tons of stuff here. This is, just really a lot of stuff. Some of this is simple. Like this box here is pretty simple. This box here is probably pretty simple. It's just done on some fancy paper. And then you've got your more intricate things like this one here and this guy here. So you can see that there is a lot. Let me narrow this down just a little bit. I'm going to put in dress box. Oops, box. No results. Well, what did she call it? Oh, it's because I spelled dress wrong. All right, let's spell correctly. Here we go. This is what we're going to be using, but actually we want the one that comes with the dress and the tuxedo. This is from Risa Rocks It, so I'm just going to click her shop name here instead of the photo for the item. And you can see all of the different things that she has here in her shop. She has quite a lot of really, really cool SVGs. So we are going to do the dress box. Let me type that in. So we're going to grab this one here. We are going to do the pencil. Let's see. She has a few different pencil ones, but we're going to be doing this one right here. And then for graduation, we are going to do this one right here. But she does have a few other ones. You can see she's got this gift card holder here. She's got the pillow boxes here. A lot of different stuff for graduation too. So I'm going to link to the 3 designs that we're going to be using. You will download them to your computer and you will upload them into whatever software you use to cut your SVGs. I'm going to be using Cricut Design Space in this video. If you have Silhouette, it's going to be really similar to what you need to do. Okay, so once you have your SVGs downloaded, you can import them into your design software. I already have them uploaded into Cricut Design Space. I'm going to show you a little bit of how to work with them, and then we'll cut them and put them together. So I'm going to click upload over here, and let's just start with the dress and tuxedo. So here's my tuxedo, here's my dress. I have selected both of them, and I'm just going to hit add to canvas. Okay, they're both here. The dress is this one, tuxedo is this one. There's a few things that we need to do to these files, and this will be the same on all of her files. if you are using Cricut Design Space, you need to change these lines to score lines. If you leave this as is, it's going to cut these, and then your dress is just going to be a cut up, jumbled mess, and it's not what you want. So I have the dress selected here. You can see up here that this dress is selected. This right here, these little lines that you can hardly see, these are the score lines. Click them, come over here and change the operation from cut to score. And then you need to attach this. So again, select your whole dress. It's where you've got the score line selected and the background selected, and click attach. That will hold the score lines in the proper place on the dress. I'll move this over to the side, and we will now work on the tuxedo. So you can see the tuxedo is now highlighted, and this little guy right here, all these little lines that you can hardly see, those are the score lines. Again, click it, change it from basic cut to score. Okay, now we need to ungroup this item so that we can attach the score lines to the background of the tuxedo and not attach this other stuff down here. So just right click here and click ungroup. And now you've got your tuxedo background and the score lines separate from the tuxedo shirt and the tie and bow tie. Okay, now we can take all of this and attach it. So it's all selected here. We're going to attach just like we did on the dress so that our score lines stay attached to the background. And now we have our shirt with our bow tie and regular tie, depending on what kind of design you're making. If you don't want it to be so formal, you put the regular tie in. You want an actual tux, you're going to have the bow tie. All right, let's put everything to the colors that we want. So we want the tuxedo to be black. Let's select just the background layer of the tuxedo over here. Come to its color box, make it black. Awesome, awesome. The shirt, let's select just the shirt here, and we'll make it white. Okay. Let's make sure the tie and the bow tie are also black, the same exact black they are. Okay, good, good. And we can ungroup this so that when your Cricut goes to cut it, it doesn't try to hold everything together. Okay. Now let's make the dress white. So we want to click just the dress and not the score lines. Come over here, white. Okay, we've got everything the correct colors. We have our score lines attached. Now we just need to make sure that the dress and the tuxedo are going to be similarly sized. So to do this, you want to go find all of your tuxedo parts and group them together. I have dragged a box around all of that. I'm just going to hit Control G to group. Okay, so that when I size something, it all stays the same. I don't want to size the background without sizing the score lines. It won't cut right. I don't want to size the tuxedo shirt without sizing the background because, again, it won't fit right. So I'm just going to, and you can size these however you want. Like, this is just my preferences on what I'm doing right here, but you can make these as big or as small as you want them to be. I am going to put the dress, I can see the bottom of the dress right here. I'm going to place the bottom of the dress in line with the bottom of the tuxedo shirt, and I'm just going to drag this whole thing until they're about the same size. Bottom of the dress, top of the tuxedo shirt, we are about the same size. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so we're going to hit make it. And it will sort everything onto your mat for you. If you have 12 by 12 cardstock, great, you can leave that there. If you have the 8 by 11 cardstock, come over here and click this material size and change it to 8 by 11. Something is going to be too big for an 8 by 11. Let's see. We can change it to that one. There was something that was a little bit too big for the 8. It was this dress, I think. If you only have 8 by 11 cardstock and you size your dress too big to fit it, just size your dress down to make sure it fits. I do have 12 by 12, so I'm going to go back to 12 by 12. And this is probably the best placement for everything. It looks like that's going to be the most savings of my cardstock, so I'm going to leave that there. And the tuxedo and tie, I am actually going to move this tie, and that will probably save the most amount of cardstock for me. Okay, so now I will put this cardstock on the mats, load it into the machine, get it scored and cut. And you can see it's going to score first and then cut. So make sure you have your scoring wheel or your scoring pin in your Cricut. We're going to hop over there. I'm going to cut these out.
Okay, so I have the pencil all laid out, and it's best to do it this way first. You'll lay down your black and then layer each of the ones on top of it. So, you know, I laid out all of the little brown for the pencil, then I laid out the yellow, the silver, the pink, and this pink for the box top. Just lay it all out and then you can start gluing it down. If this moves around while I'm gluing it, it doesn't really matter. It's just helpful to have this visual aid as I start to glue. So, I like to use the Craft Bond, can you see that? The Elmer's Craft Bond glue, because it's got a nice little precision tip up there, and my glue is popping out. You want to place it close to the edge, but not completely at the edge. Let me show you with this first one. So I'm going to flip it over. Let's see, is that in your field of view? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So you can see I put that close to the edges, but not completely at the edge, and then I'm just going to glue it down. And with this design, you do not want to glue this completely on the edge of the black. The whole point of this pencil is to leave this black outline showing in between each layer. So leave a little bit of black around the edges when you glue down your pieces. I'm going to speed this video up while I glue the rest of this down. Okay, once you get it all glued together, you want to lay it flat and let it dry completely. If you have something that can put pressure on top of it, that's a really good idea too. So what I'm going to do is just place it underneath my mat here, and that will put some pressure on it, and we'll let it dry, and then I'll come back and show you how to assemble it. Okay, now that it's had some time to dry, it's time to assemble the box. So when we were cutting this with our Cricut or whatever you use to cut it on, we put some score lines in. You just want to fold along each of those score lines. And you see when you're done, it makes a nice little hexagon shape for you. And then this is a tab that we're going to use to glue, but you do need to fold that tab as well. It has its own score line. We're going to place glue along the tab, and we're going to glue it to the back of this side here. Well, actually, before we do that, let's fold these score lines for the pencil too, because they'll be harder to fold once we glue this box together. So come down here and fold your pencil score lines, or your tip score lines as well. And we'll go ahead and fold the score lines at the top. Just get all of your score lines folded up. Okay, now we can put our glue here and glue this part together. When you're gluing, when you were gluing all of this stuff down, if you get some of the glue that like squeezes out over the edge, just wipe it off, and when this is all dry, you won't be able to see it. Okay. This is going to be a little hard to push down and hold together. I'm just going to place my finger inside the box and push up while I let this glue set and hold that little flap down. So I'm just going to hold it here for a minute until the glue is completely set, and then we can continue with folding up this box. Okay, that's probably not completely dry, but we're going to continue. So all of these little flaps that we just folded down here on the tip of the pencil, we're going to glue, and they will all glue together, and we will end up with a pointed tip like so. It's a little hard to see. I'm going to glue all that together, speed up the video, and then we'll be back. When you come down to your last flap, you're going to need to put glue on this side and on the flap that you started with, and then you'll be able to glue that last piece down. And this is by far the hardest part of this box because you don't really have anywhere to put your fingers to hold this all together. You just kind of have to squeeze it all in there and wait for it to take hold and set. So I'm just going to be holding this together for a few minutes until it completely sets. Okay, so that probably still has a little more drying to do, but you can see how our box is shaping up here. This is the entry point of the box where you'll fold out these little tabs, and you'll put in, man, that's dark inside there. You'll put in whatever you want. Let me see what I have in here that I can place in. I have a pair of scissors. You just drop in, those are too big. Oh no, they fit. Drop in whatever you want. Fold up your tabs. And then this top piece just slides right down into here. And that's it. Your pencil box is all done with whatever you wanted to put inside of it. Hopefully it's not a pair of scissors. Let me pull those out. All right, guys, how cute is that, right? So cute. Okay, let's do the graduation cap next. Okay, so here I have all the parts for the graduation cap laid out. You have the white base of the box with the circle that's actually the base, the black kind of top decorative part of the box with the circle that's going to be the top of that, and your cap and your little tassel that you were going to be finishing this off with. When I was cutting out the white for mine, let me show you. I misjudged and I had this little piece that got cut out. Yours won't have that. That's just a little flaw that happened to mine, but don't worry about it. This is still going to turn out just fine. Okay, so we scored all of these little pieces. So just go ahead and fold them all down. We're going to build the base of the box first. Okay, so once all of your little pieces are folded down, you're going to bring this around, and the little extra piece that was over there that sticks out is your tab. You're going to place some glue on your tab. Again, we are using the Craft Bond Precision Tip glue. Just going to place it on my tab right there and glue it together. And you just want to hold it in place until it dries. Okay, once that's dry and your circle is holding together, come and put just a little tab of glue, a little dot of glue on each tab. take your circle, put it on there. And then you'll want to turn this upside down so you can apply pressure and make sure that each little tab sticks to your white base. Okay, I think that's probably on there good enough. So this is the base of the box. I'm going to set that aside. And we will now fold up the top of our box. So the same thing here, you want to fold your tabs. And then you'll wrap it around, and there's another little piece that sticks out on the black. You'll just put your glue right there. Fold it over and hold it until it dries. Okay, that's probably dry enough. Let me fold all my tabs down again. Okay, same as we did before. Just place a little glue on each tab. And you're going to glue it to your circle here. Once you get it lined up, you can just set it down and start holding your tabs down. Okay, so once that is dried enough that it's going to hold its shape, you can pick it up and you can place it on top of the bottom of your box. So y'all see how this is going to be shaping up here. Okay, now it is time for the top. And you're just going to square that up the way that a graduation cap goes. You'll put the glue on the hat on the top of the box. And you can put a pretty liberal amount of glue up here. And again, hold it to where you've got the point, and you want to line that point up with one of the points on your square. I'm trying to do it where I can see it and you can see it too. Okay, so that's pretty lined up. I'm just going to flip this upside down and hold it down until the glue sets. Okay, so here is the top of our box. Now for the tassel and the little dot. So we want to put the tassel where it's going to be kind of in the middle and then hanging off the side. So you will just literally bend the tassel to make it hang off the side like that. And then you can place glue right in the middle, right there. Actually, I don't think that's in the middle of my hat. Let me move that. Okay, so I'm going to place glue right here on top of the tassel and the hat. And that's what this little black dot is for. That little thing that we cut out is just going to plop down right there. Push that down. And I had put too much glue. It's all going to squish out. But when this dries, I'll be able to use my glue eraser. If y'all don't know what that is, I'll show you after this is all dry. It's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, that is the top of your hat. You can put it on the bottom of your box. It's not completely dry yet, so I'm trying to be super careful. And there is your graduation tassel hat box. Okay, let's move on. Let's do the bride's dress and tuxedo. And if it's not for a bride, like if it's a baby shower or something like that, you just make it a different color. It doesn't have to be white. Okay, so here we have the wedding dress and tuxedo. For the tuxedo, I only brought the little bow tie because that's the only part that I want to put. I don't need the actual long tie. Okay, the tuxedo is going to be the harder of the two boxes, so that's the one we're going to start with. So when you cut it, there were score lines. There were a lot of score lines, and there's two that might be a little confusing. This section here where it's got this cut out in the middle, these score lines that create this V right here are going to be the lapels of the tuxedo. You want to fold them outward like this. And I'm going to use my Cricut braying tool to help me get good creases on these score lines. Okay, so now his tuxedo jacket has these little parts that stick out, or his tuxedo coat. Okay, so the rest of them you will just fold on the score lines. So I will start here and fold this guy, come over here and fold this guy. I'm going to use my braying tool again and probably speed this video up so you don't have to watch me fold all of the folds here. Okay, so I'm not quite done folding yet. I have folded almost all of the score lines, but on the side, there were these others that came in at a V. There was one right here on this side, and there's one here on this side that comes in at a V. You have to fold those two, and you'll see why in a minute. Now I'm not going to use my brayer on these because they don't go all the way down, and I don't want to mess up any of the other folds that I have. So I'm just going to use my hands and push these in. There it goes. Okay. So now it's time to fold up this shirt or this jacket, but first we need to put in the shirt. Okay, here's your shirt. It is going to go in right here like this, and I'm going to turn this over and show you how that goes in just a minute. But so that when all this is folded up, it's under there like that and it looks like the tuxedo. So let me take it out. Here is the front of our tuxedo jacket. Turn it over so that all of your folds are on the inside, and this is how you're going to fold it up, and your lapels are sticking out. And just lay it flat. Take your tuxedo shirt, and it doesn't matter how it is, no matter at all there, and just slide it into that space. Okay, take your shirt, slide it into that space where the collar is sticking out on the other side. Put your glue directly on the tuxedo jacket, on the black, not the white. Let's see here. Okay, just like that. That's how your glue is going to go. I'm going to add just a smidgy more. Put my shirt in there. Drop it down. Just make sure it's lined up with the folds and press it into place. Okay, so that's on there. I folded these in so that I could really push on that and get it looking good. That is a little out of center. That's one thing I love about this glue. I can move things if they need to be moved. All right. Just unfold the lapels here. You've got your shirt sticking up. It's still not perfectly centered, but we are just going to live with it like it is. Okay, let's fold this box up. So you literally just fold it into itself. And this flap right here is going to attach, just like all the other ones we've done, is going to attach to this side over here. So we're going to glue that first. Take your glue, put it on the flap. Bring this up, glue it down, and hold it till it sticks. Okay, I'm going to actually put this down so that I can put my fingers inside of the box and really press down to get a good firm hold there on the glue. Okay, so that's held pretty good. The bottom of the box, we don't need any glue for that. This just folds up and that pushes in to make the bottom of the box where you can open it. Let me show you from a different angle. These little side flaps, those guys there, you fold them in, push up the bottom of the box, and close it. Okay, so you may be wondering, what on earth were these things on the sides, right? That's so that we can pinch the box closed on the sides. Pinch him closed so his sides are pinched in. And this part up here, this little tab, you see this part here, guys? This little tab is going to fold into this little hole. So you pinch it all closed, push your tab into the hole, that thing is held shut. Pull your lapels back open. You've got this awesome little 3D box going, and it's time to put on his bow tie, which I have somehow lost. I'm gonna pause this while I go find his bow tie. Okay, I magically found the bow tie. So you'll just put a little tiny bit of glue on the bow tie and then put it on the shirt where you want it. Okay, tuxedo is all done. Let's move on to the dress. Okay, dress is going to be the easiest one we have, like literally. The ribbon that's going to make the tie on the dress, I've got 1/8 inch or 0.3 centimeter ribbon, and I have it in blue here. Let me find the piece that pulls out. Oh, ribbon, where do you start? There we are. Okay, so I'm just going to pull some out and get it ready to go. This dress, just like all the rest of them, we're going to fold it on all of these score lines. Okay, so we're all done. This one has these V score lines too for the sides, so just get all that folded in. And there's really only one place that we're going to put glue on this, and it's this tab right over here, this little tab at the end. You're going to fold everything together and just glue that tab to the other side. So again, let's take a look. We've got the dress, we've got this bottom thing here. We're going to push it all together. It doesn't have to look pretty. This can even be unfolded. Don't let that get in your way if it's confusing you. Fold it in. We'll put a little bit of glue right here and glue it together. I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on. This is the only place we're putting glue on this one. And I'm just going to hold this until it dries. Okay, so that's good and dry. The rest of this is the bottom of your box. You just fold in your sides, close the bottom of your box, and your dress is going to sit up like this. Now we just take our string and we feed it through. It's all going to be like this when we're done. Okay, we've got our sides. We push them in so that all these little holes line up. We're going to feed everything, we're going to feed this ribbon through everything. Start at the front, then come to the sides. Whoops. Come here, string, ribbon, whatever you are. Okay. Then go through the back. Turn it around. Feed through the back. The sides. Both of the holes on that V cut. Feed it through both holes. Okay, so you can see how this is going through here now. You can see how we're just stringing it through all of these sides. And then finish with the other one in the front. Poke it from the back through the front. Get in there. It keeps popping out because I'm doing it with my left hand. There it is. Okay. Just push everything together. Pull your ribbon tight. And then you can tie a bow. I'm going to pull a little ribbon out because I've just fed a little bit too much and I want to save some space on my ribbon. Okay. So, yeah, get in there. Pull it good and tight. Start to tie your bow. And then cut off your excess. And you can work on this bow again after you get your excess cut off. Okay. So now you just work on your bow to make it pretty. Okay. And then cut the ends off so that they are even. Where'd my scissors go? And there you have your dress and tuxedo. And I will play more with that bow to make it look right. But all right, guys, that's all we have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.